Yo, what's going on? What's happening? I'm tired of people saying in the comment section of the videos that I do that all I do is complain. All I do is rant and I talk about the problems in life, but I never give solutions. And that I'm just old and bitter. You know, I couldn't handle the lifestyle or the cost of living in Atlanta, so I had to move back to Charlotte. Now Charlotte has, the prices have gone up and now I can't afford to live here. Now I gotta leave there. This is what they say, man. All you do is run from state to state. You was in New York at first and then you moved to Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro. I mean, they got my life narrowed down to the T as if they were with me. While moving from state to state, city to city. And they'll say, hey, man, you don't have any stability. You got a family, man. You got to think about that. You ain't got no stability, man. You shouldn't be. A grown man like you shouldn't be on YouTube ranting and complaining. What you need to do is fix your problems that you have in life. Because there ain't nothing wrong with the economy. Ain't nothing wrong with, the presidential candidates that's running. There's nothing wrong with these cities that you left. That's not the problem. The problem is you, Langston. And I got to clear this up. So first and foremost, I want to say to all that's listening that this channel was really meant for the youth. So when I talk about the cities that I moved away from and the things that I did in my past life, it's only so that the youth won't make the same mistakes that I made. See, the problem with the youth, the problem that the youth have is that they don't have any elders anymore. They got a bunch of niggas that got gray hair, but guess what? In this day and time, gray hair, just because you have gray hair, it doesn't necessarily come along with wisdom. Our wisdom doesn't come along with gray hair. You got a whole lot of ignorant black folks that's older, that got gray hair, that ain't telling the youth shit. This is the reason why I walked away from Christianity. Because everybody in the church was saved. And they want to talk about the minute that they got saved and then on, not the past. They don't want to talk about how they were slobbing knobs just for the fuck of it back in the 90s. They don't want to talk about how they were selling drugs. No, they want to act as though that their shit don't stink. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. I'm going to tell the truth. And if I see something wrong, see, y'all ain't got no problem when the cops and the government told you, if you see something, say something. But now you got a problem when I'm doing it? I'm not complaining when I'm exposing the truth. When I'm revealing the truth. That's not complaining. That's, matter of fact, that's one up on for you. These videos is here to help you. And you're condemning me. You're telling me that it ain't no problem with the economy. And they're making up words as they go. Shrinkflation, hyperinflation, funflation. You mean to tell me you don't have a problem with that? You mean to tell me that you don't have a problem? Just the other day, I'm not lying. I was going to Target. Went to Target, and the aisle where the pasta and all that stuff is at, they got quinoa over there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking in the direction to get the quinoa, and it caught my eye, the hamburger helper. I remember back in the days. See, I got to school you all because you think you know my life. I remember years ago living in Raleigh. I haven't lived in Raleigh for over damn 12, 13, 14 years. I remember years ago living in Raleigh when I first became a vegetarian. And we used to take that Morning Star, my family and I, we used to take the Morning Star crumbs, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they vegan crumbs and everything, and we used to put it in a hamburger helper. We used to get the hamburger helper box. At that time, the box was this big. I can't remember the ounces or the weight or all of that stuff. But it was just this, I'll show it to you, like it was this big. Right? 10, 12, 13 years later, I'm in Target, and I'm looking at the hamburger helper that I used to get, and the box is this big now. It's the size of, if anyone eats rice-a-roni, it's the size of that box. Same price as the box, the size, the bigger box that I used to buy. It's the same price. They shrunk the amount that they put in the box. Matter of fact, they just shrunk the box. And what you call that? Shrinkflation. So if your food isn't going up, the amount of the product that you used to buy, such as hamburger helper, it stays the same price, but the amount that you get in the box is lesser. You ain't got no problem with that. You don't have a problem with every 4 years, no matter who it is the donkeys, the jackasses, or the elephants. You don't have a problem with either one of these candidates lying to you? You ain't got no problem with that. You want me to shut up. You want me to do what, I don't know who came out with those shirts, but I knew it was over when that shit happened. It was like around 2009, 2010. Everybody was wearing those shirts called Obey. I don't know whether it was the name brand was Supreme. I don't know. I just know that it was a ton of motherfucking young niggas walking around with shirts that said Obey on it. That's what you want me to do. Just because you're doing it. Just because you've been programmed to do that. See, I know where your God is at. I know that you're waiting for your God to descend. Well, see, my mentality is different. I'm not waiting for a God to descend to help me. I want to ascend. Because the gods that I not pray to, that I rely on, are my ancestors. And they're waiting for me to ascend. Because the solution is not with me. I am not the solution to your problems. You are the solution to your problems, just as well as I am to mine. And I'm trying to explain to people this. But to people that are programmed, they don't understand it. They don't get it. That life is not about working a 9 to 5. Life is not about you busting your ass and your peers telling you, well, it's your problem, the reason why you ain't making it. It's your problem. It's your problem. It's not the governments. It's not the corporations. It's not the banks. It's our problem. But see, whenever there's a problem, as far as dealing with the banks, they get what? Bailed out. The airlines, they get bailed out. Ukraine, Israel, bailed out. But the U.S. citizens, let me take it back. Stop it right there. With the Ukraine and the Israel. We ain't talking about U.S. citizens right now. I forgot this one. The immigrants, bailed out. But when it comes to United States citizens, we don't get shit. Fuck a bailout for us. You don't see that as being a problem. That your government, because I don't claim them to be mine, because they sure as hell ain't governing over the people, because that's what the government's supposed to do. That your government is using our taxpayer money, not theirs. Your congressman and congresswoman they're not coming out their pockets. This is my word. It seemed like every fucking year around this time, Congress are always talking about a government shutdown. They were just discussing that shit last night. I was looking at this shit. I couldn't go to sleep. I don't know what the fuck was wrong. I was looking at the news 3 o'clock in the morning. And they talking about hopefully we won't have a government shutdown. They're not coming out their money. They're not coming out their pockets. They're using our money to make their own decisions on our money. But of course, as usual, people will say I'm complaining. If I had lack of melanin, if I didn't have that much melanin in my skin, you know what I'm saying? If I was melanin recessive and I talk like this, you wouldn't have a problem with me saying, I moved to Atlanta and I did this and that and blah, 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 blah. And I pointed out all of the pros and the cons. And then I said, you know what? I'm moving. I moved back to Charlotte. I say, hey, you know what? I moved here in 2009. We're talking about if I had melanin recessive skin and I talk like this. I moved here in 2009. In 2009 compared to 2024 is two different worlds. I can't live here anymore. I'm moving. You wouldn't have a problem with it. But being that I got a big nose, a big young, parental advisory is beep. We got to beat that out. Nappy hair, and I'm black. It's you didn't make it in Atlanta. That's the reason why you left. You're not making it in Charlotte. You ain't making no money. You broke. That's the reason why you want to leave. I can't have a legitimate reason why I don't like these cities. Get this shit all the time in the comment section of the videos that I do about Charlotte. Yo, man, you encourage everybody to move here with those tours around Charlotte. You did. You said how nice Charlotte was and you should come here if you from New York and northern states and this and that and so forth. Now that we don't move down here, you leaving. That shit don't make sense, man, Langston. It does. Because if you really look at those videos I did called A Tour Around Charlotte, I think it's the 73 videos. If you look at those videos, if you look at the ones that I did on South End, Steel Creek, Uptown, you would see that was years ago. And how Charlotte looked years ago compared to now, totally different city. Traffic, people, the culture, everything. So yeah, at the time, it was a good move. But you all know after that pandemic and they let everybody out, they threw them prices up and inflation, hyperinflation, all that shit hasn't gone down since. We're living in a different world. You don't realize that? But of course, my videos to people that are programmed to obey, do as you're told, would say to me, nigga, all you do is bitch and complain. That your problem is that you need to work harder. You need to get ahead of the game. I'm not doing none of that shit. Because life is not a game. You're not gonna kill me. No disrespect, I got a love for him. You ain't gonna kill me. You ain't gonna halfway kill me that you killed my father. Halfway killed him. Or my mother. Or my grandmother. Family members that got problems. Health problems. Taking pills and shit. And I'm not trying to throw anybody business up, because every fucking body that's black got a fucking got family members that got health problems because they've been overworked and underpaid. I'm not in that rat race. People keep on saying, man, goddamn, you look good to be 50. The reason why is because I don't work. I'm not doing that. I'll finesse the system. I'll find some way to make money without jeopardizing my health. Because that's the only fucking thing I got. That's the only thing that I can control. It's not about a 9 to 5. Life is not about a 9 to 5. They done fucked around and tricked us. We in a matrix. And people walking around here programmed and believing that they really are in control of their lives, and you're really not. Since you're in control of your life, here we go. Lenz is saying the same thing over again. He's using the same talking points. Yeah, until you get it. Since you're in control of your life, you got to work? Got to go to work today? I mean, tomorrow? Did you have to go to work today? You got to go work tomorrow? Some of you smart out to be like, man, I retired. You still when you had to go to work, you had to go to work. Some people will say, well, shit, I don't have to go to work. I could take a week off. All right, let's go then. Let's go then. I'm going to take a month off. You going to take a month off with me? How about 2 months? How about 6 months? How about a year? You're so busy picking on the low class people, talking about they ain't making no money, and they just surviving and struggling and this and that and so forth. But the reality of it is the average black person is living from paycheck to paycheck. Stop it. Living off one credit card to the next. Or for one student loan to the next. I know the whole thing. Stop fronting. All y'all motherfuckers talking about, man, you need to invest. Well, how the fuck you know what I need to do? How you know if I've already invested or not? And I'm not gonna invest in. People keep on talking about the economy is doing good and you need to invest. How do you invest in someone? Man, God damn, this shit is simple, my nigga. How do you invest in someone that's broke? Tell me. The United States is fucking broke. They are in trillions of dollars in debt to China. How are you how do you have a stable economy when you owe people? Yo, motherfucker. Man, if I was petty and I had the time, I would actually, straight up, this is my word, I would create a podcast and have y'all call in so I could mentally bust y'all asses. Straight up. Real shit. These cities, these major cities have gone to shit. It was a hype that none of these cities can live up to. None of them. None of them. Overall, America can't. Land of the free? What? What's free in America? Please tell me that. Tell me that. What's free in America? The air that you breathe? Well, last time I checked, they got oxygen masks and shit. You know what I'm saying? You could buy oxygen. Not only that, when you need air for your tire, you got to pay for that. It ain't like in the old days. Back in the days, in the 90s, they used to provide that for free. When you want to be up in the air, you got to pay for the airline that you're going to ride or be on. Water? Water ain't for free. Everything is smart. You got your smart TV, smart car, smart house. Nowadays, they got smart water. So you mean to tell me the well water that I get from Mother Earth ain't smarter than that smart water that they sell in a plastic bottle? Y'all always talking about something. Man, he was always drinking out of a glass bottle. Ask why. Ask me why I drink out of glass. But originally, this channel was for the youth, man. And I put my life out there. Any and everything that I've been through and experienced that I thought that could be a teaching moment. I put it out there. Straight up. Because all these old folks, people my age, we turn our backs on the youth. I did. And that's real shit. This goes out to the youth. Never stop believing. Never stop dreaming. I look at my children. This is real. The mother of my children said that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's real. Like if you want motivation and inspiration, look in it. Look through a kid's eyes, and you'll be inspired and motivated to do any and everything. Children are happy. And it don't make a difference whether they go to Disneyland or if they playing in the backyard. It's adults that have poisoned these children's minds to make them believe that all of these materialistic things are nice to have, are nice things. In specific, Caucasian things are nice things when it comes to the black community. So black people will say Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Porsches, Lamborghinis. Those are nice things, and I deserve nice things. Well, see, let me tell you something. That's the reason why I gave up dating as an example a long time ago. Because I'm not going to feed your insecurities. I'm not going to feed into your insecurities. I'm not going to buy you a pocketbook that has somebody else's name on it so you can feel like you someone. You're being insecure when that happens. You're not valuable enough. Like your presence. You got to have someone's name on your back, someone's name on your foot, someone's name on your glasses other than yours. That's being insecure. Yo wouldn't last one day in my motherfucking house. Yo wouldn't last one day in my way of life. Some of you all wouldn't. So the women that I've dated in the past, the friends that I've had, they've been genuine. You want to know why? Because according to society, I ain't never had shit. But there have been people that have had 10 times more than me will call me right now and be like, well, if my phone was on, and that's by choice. See, if you, and I'm gonna get back on it. If you looked at my videos, you would know why I don't have a cell phone or why my cell phone is off. It's by choice. But if I had my cell phone on, they will be calling me now saying, hey man, why you ain't keeping contact with me? Because these people know my worth. And to them, I'm worth more than a dollar bill. I'm an asset to people's lives. If you don't believe me, ask about me. Just ran into a female. Shout out to you, sis, queen. I forgot your name. My apologies. Just ran into the sister this Saturday in Publix. You Langston? Yeah. Oh, Langston, man. Man, I moved down here from Jersey because of you. And man, I love your videos and this and that and so forth. Yo, seriously, I'm not even lying. I wanted to hug you. I just forgot. But I wanted to exchange that positive energy. Because that's what I'm about. But that's her. I want to thank you for just doing what you do. Those videos that you did about Charlotte was so helpful. You better ask about me. The many nights that I've had personally, when I had my phone on, personally, when these kids were DMing me, talking about, yo, man, I got to talk to somebody. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. I'm about to crash. All of that shit. You weren't there. The phone calls late at night. Yo, here's my number. Call me, man. I'm talking to these brothers. These young men. Excuse me. What brothers? Young men. But young enough to be my sons. Yo, you don't want to do this and this, that, da. You weren't there. Later on, years later, getting a fucking damn a copy of this man's college degree and him telling me, yo, man, I want to thank you. Man, tears can come down my eyes. Niggas, man. The ones that's hating. I get more love than hate. And the ones that really know what this channel is about, they know what I'm about. I'm about ascension. I'm not waiting for no white man to come down and save me. I'm not waiting for any and everyone or anything or whatever to descend down to help me. Nah, I'm going to meet them up there. I'm on my ascension. And if you were on yours, you wouldn't be asking, man, what's the solution? You wouldn't be saying, all you do is complain. All you do is rant. All you do is bitch. Nah, you would be too busy doing the same type of work, putting in the same type of work I'm putting in. And that's real shit. So yeah, of course, to people that are programmed to obey, I would sound like all I do is bitch and complain, and that's it. But to those that know what I'm really about, it's all about ascension. That's what it's about. That's what I'm about. And I could care less about, seriously, I could care less about Charlotte. I could care less about Atlanta. I could care less about the presidential debate or the presidents, who's running to be president of the United States. I could care less about the economy. The only thing that I care about is you. I'm fighting for you. Straight up. Tears can roll down my eyes. Just the way I feel, man, when that sister came up to me this Saturday. It ain't been the first time. You know, people have managed to, I've managed to bump into people throughout the course of the years that, you know, that subscribe and, you know, look at my channel. That was the first one in a whole year because, yo, I've been incognito. Like, I don't go out when everybody's out. But it just so happened this past Saturday, in the afternoon at about 3, 4 o'clock, where everyone was out, I was out. And I'm glad that I ran into her. Because just like she said, I made her day, little do you know you made mine. That plain and simple. We here to help one another. And if we ain't here for that, the fuck out of my face. I'm out.